This is Trash Talk with your host, Garrett the Trash Man.
Buenos dias a todos. Bienvenido a Trash Talk.
Que bien.
Yeah, I thought I'd mix it up because Tyler is always trying to act like he's me. That way he can't impersonate me so easy.
So the problem is Tyler speaks Spanish as well.
Yeah, but it's Fire Friday. Woo! Let's get after it. All right, we're a little bit out there today, but for real, Fire Friday, going to bring some motivation to your ears or some rants, at least give you a quick podcast here and hopefully pump you up either for the weekend or for the start of next week.
Mm-hmm.
So,
love it.
Are you ready to just roll into it?
Let's roll into it.
All right, dude. So, what I've got to rant about today, I've been handling a handful of things in the business, as someone that works in the business does, and I'm going to disagree with someone that I actually do look up to and agree with generally, and his name is Sir Donald Trump.
Oh, the Trumpinator.
The Trumpinator. So in a lot of his books, he talks about conflict and like, man, someone punch you, you punch them back harder and you bury them. Roar! And, you know, that's pretty obvious that that's how Trump rolls.
yeah. If you guys haven't noticed.
And listen, homie's a billionaire. Homie is the president of the United States of America. He's not only extremely rich, he also made himself single-handedly freaking the most powerful man in the world. So, you know, it's kind of tough to critique. That's why I laugh so hard when you have news pundits acting like he's some sort of idiot or something. You're
I know. I'm like,
well, he's a billionaire. And then became president of the United States after never being a politician.
And what's on your resume?
Yeah. Anyway, but there is something that I personally don't take the same tact as him. And I've been dealing or working with some people that really have been taking that tact. And it's the like conflict first, me against you, use my leverage, push against you, fight. And it can be very tempting to jump in and do that, because there's a lot of gratification to the human in you when you're in a fight and you overcome someone. You've got leverage over someone, whether it's a contract or whatever it is, to be like, oh yeah, I outwitted you, I'm smarter than you, I was right, do. And it doesn't have to be that way. And I've found so much better that to always be working for win-wins. And in some of these things that I've been dealing with lately, I've approached it at, hey, we're in this situation. I've got needs, you've got needs. Let's create a solution that handles both those needs so we're both happy moving forward. And, on the other side, what I've been running into is, here's my leverage, I'm going to force you into this. And it takes leadership to overcome those things, but what I want to rant about is don't be that side.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean don't be clear or non-compromising in what you need to or what you want, but you don't have to go in and be confrontational about it, because it ends the conversation, and that's what's been so tough. Is I've been working with some of these people, and it takes a lot of work and a lot of leadership to get them to just hear anything I have to say, because it's just this. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. You're going to do that, and you'll do it because I have this leverage, and the instinct is to just come back and say, no, well, I've got this leverage, so this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And I don't want to take that approach, and so. Be workable, be open to that there's something that you don't know, and be a creator.
Mm-hmm.
Recognize that just because something hasn't been a certain way, there's always possibilities to create something where everyone wins.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my rant for today.
I love that, because, and I've probably talked about that on this podcast before about creating win-wins. And not only does it create a better atmosphere for whatever you're working on now, but then it also creates a better atmosphere for the next time you work with that person.
Yeah, exactly. Because in this exact situation, I was actually advised by someone to wait until the last minute, then use my leverage So they would be in a tight situation to have to do what I wanted to do. And this was about 6 months ago, and I was like, no, I want to continue working with this organization for the next 20, 30 years. And that isn't a good way to have a relationship. So I'm going to hit this up in front. Now, they were non-responsive 6 months ago, 3 months ago, a month ago, as I was trying to work through it. So we're now landed where we're at.
Yep.
But, yeah, I agree with you. I think that's just a good business strategy to not be strong-arming people, because if you are, they're looking to get out of it the first chance that they can and move on to the next. So I think a lot better strategy is create those win-wins.
Absolutely. So for my rant, I'm going to talk about something of utmost importance that just really, my life really revolves around, and that is City League basketball.
Ah, yes.
Man,
Very important.
I get paid the big bucks to do it, it's...
But what's more important, City League or Church League?
Well, we don't have Church League right now, and so,
City League takes the...
City League's got the
Very
upper hand there.
Very
Because it's
important.
there,
Yeah.
And man, it just... It's life, ball is life.
That's true.
So what I'm going to talk about is we actually had a lot of fun this year, and we played in the championship last night, and our team had not lost a game all season. We had basically breezed through the winner's bracket, and then we lost 2 straight and lost in double elimination in the championship game to the winner of the loser's bracket last night.
Dadgum.
And that's what... Yeah, we choked big time. Doesn't help that there were some other circumstances where we only had a part of our team, and they had their full crew of guys, and so we were shorthanded and such. But what I'm getting at is, it was really frustrating. I was driving home and I was just pissed. I was just like, you gotta be freaking kidding me.
I'm gonna get home, I'm gonna slap my wife.
And it doesn't help that we literally lost. We had a chance to win the second game, and if we won the second game, we still took home the championship. We had a shot at it. We came back from 15 down, got a turnover with 8 seconds left, had a shot to win it, and our guy was fouled, and they didn't. Nobody ever calls a foul on the last shot. It's
City League.
Well, in any league, they don't do that. And I'm not making excuses for it. We should have won the first game easily.
Yeah.
But what I'm getting at is I was driving home, and I'm just pissed. I'm like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. And I felt like shit. I felt awful because I had just played 2 full games. Our one sub probably blew out his knee.
Oh, cool.
And so we're literally playing with 5 guys, no subs, most of the second game. And we'd only played the first one with 6. So I'm just tired. I feel like crap. I'm pissed. And I'm driving home, and I'm like, okay, I'm pissed. I feel like crap. I'm tired. And it's probably going to take me forever to fall asleep. And then I'm like, is this really that important to assign all this stress and discomfort and be mad about? I'm like, no, it really isn't. Guess what? We're all going to go about our lives tomorrow. We're all going to get out of shape again. And then we're going to do it all over again next year. But
it's a good time.
It's a great time, and I love it. But I was just sitting there, I'm like, do I really need to get all worked up about this? No, it's freaking City League. And secondly, I was like, what can I learn from this? And I was just like, well, guess what? Sometimes you lose them, and sometimes you win them. But the faster the pace you go at typically losing, because you're typically going to lose more than you win, means you're going to have more wins in there too.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what I'm trying to articulate here is, first off, don't get caught up in things that really aren't that important, like good old Snowflake, Arizona City League basketball.
If you're not going to give it 5 years, don't give it 5 minutes, I think the saying goes.
Exactly. And then secondly, roll with the punches. You're going to lose, and you're probably going to lose more than you win, which isn't always the case, but typically that's how life's going to treat you. You're going to lose more than you're going to win. Mm-hmm. But if you keep losing, guess what? You're going to keep winning too.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to take the shots.
Yeah. And so if you want to win more often, guess what? You got to get through the losses quicker.
Dude, that's what I love about baseball. An incredible hitter hits like 35% of the time gets a hit,
Yeah.
35% of the time. It's like, man, that's not great. But if you're batting 300 in the major leagues, you're a beast.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Well, in basketball's not much different. There's guys now, unless you're like Steph Curry or something, but most guys shoot, mid 40% from the field.
uh-huh.
So you're only making 4 out of 10 shots that you shoot.
But that's a lot of points if you shoot 500 shots.
Exactly. So
Yeah, love it, dude. All right, well, let's wrap this up. I hope you guys have a great weekend, a great week. Stay in there, stay motivated. You guys are incredible. Thanks for listening. Thank you, Larson Waste, for sponsoring this podcast. Give us a call. We've got some good deals going on rolling into the spring if you are not yet a customer. So hit us up. Appreciate you guys listening. Peace.